Hey, good evening, guys. So, got this new tool, Vloxo, cordless rotary tool, 62-piece all-purpose power rotary toolkit. I bought this off of Amazon. It's a good tool, so I thought I would do a review on it. Uses a different battery structure than I'm used to, but it makes it cordless and handy. And I actually like the big size because it fits in my hand better than the smaller ones. So that's press fit in, pull off. So pretty convenient. Little charger. Got a 4-foot cord. That should be plenty for the workshop. I have a charging place that I set all of my chargers. What I do like is it has a nice button there to lock the cullet. So you turn it and you'll see it go in all the way. That's good. So let's take off the cullet nut. You can call it about anything. And there's the cullet. And we have an accessory pack. 2 accessory packs. This is the one that's interesting to me because it's got the extra cullets in it. And that's what makes a tool like this versatile. I like to get these from the manufacturer. You can buy them aftermarket, but it's always a crapshoot if you can get them the right size, because you want them to fit down in that cullet perfectly. And they give you this to take the cullet nut off with. You really should torque it down just a little. These cullets become very important over time. The more tools you buy and they're different sizes, the more you'll use these. Most kits have shafts that are the equivalent of an 1/8 and 3/32. There are other sizes, and you need to use these cullets for the different sizes. Now, if you stick with a couple sizes, you'll only use a couple of the cullets. But it's always great to have options. And that's what's great about getting this with some tools. Options. You have cutoff wheels. These are industrial cutoff wheels, and you can actually get thicker than this, but these are real good. And standard disclaimer, read the manual. Highly recommend you do that. So this is the raw end. You take a cullet, put that in there, and you want to put your cullet nut on, and you want to lock that, of course. I like to tighten it by hand, it's just faster. So I got that just barely tight. So there, I'll take whatever bit I'm going to use and slide it through the hole into the cullet. So then I'll tighten it by hand, grab my wrench, and I'll make sure that's snug. You don't want that walking out of there while you're using it. The battery just pulls out, pushes in, 12 volt. You don't really need more than that for a rotary tool like this. And you get 2 amp hours, so you can use this for quite a long time and it not go dead. And the on-off switch is a slide. Power is either on or off, and the switch is locked on both ends. So I got to press a little harder to get it started. And when I get to the other end, it locks, and I got to pull to get it out of that lock. So when I first turn this on, it tells me how much the battery's charged. And it only goes on for a couple seconds. And we have variable speed. Most of the time I use high speed, but using some of the sanders, maybe you don't want a full speed. I'm actually impressed with this. This has a good battery, feels good in your hands, gives you a nice assortment of tools. This is representative of everything you want to do with this. We have the polishers. You have to be careful working with the polishers. You put this screw up in there, and it's a rough, coarse thread. So you screw these on, and you polish. You got to be sure that as this wears down or flattens out, that you don't get the metal against whatever you're polishing. Always good to have options on things you're going to use. Now, all of these are grinders, and they caution you to use the edge on, not the flat. If you use the flat side, it might make it unstable. You got to use the sides. That's what they're made for. So a lot of different options in terms of sizes and shapes. Should be able to grind anything you want. 3 drill bits, and you'll have to use the different cullets to fit those. These are mini sanding discs. And here again, you only want to use the edge. If you use the flat, these will just shatter. And if you cut down into something, apply pressure on the top or the bottom, they will shatter. So only on the sides. Even pressure, 90 degrees. I have a friend that cut a muffler system off of a truck using these little mini discs. So you can use them. You have to be careful, and you have to have a lot of them. Much better to use these. These will last a lot longer, especially if you don't try to use this side. Always use this edge. So they give you a nice assortment. You have this mandrel that you take one of these and put over, and then you tighten the edge. And I can sand for a long time on those. Those usually last a long time. And by giving me so many, I'll have them for a while. If you bought this and it was your first kit, this was nice representation of tools. If you bought this and you're more experienced with these, you probably have a ton of these around. Well, this is still a good addition to what you have. The real treasure here is the tool. This tool is going to last a long time. Lithium-ion battery will give you full power right up until it's dead, and your tool will shut off. But you can wait a few seconds and turn it back on, and it'll run for another 10 or 15 seconds. You actually don't want to do that. If you run it so low that it goes dead, you want to stop, because you'll start damaging the battery when you go completely dead. And when you get to the 1, I recommend that you go charge it right then. It'll make your battery last longer. The lithium-ion batteries are really tough, so you don't have to practice good battery management. They'll still last a long time, but if you want to extend the life of them, practice good battery management. So here's some conduit. Let's see how this works. Okay, putting that in a vise, much more easy to manage, but I just wanted to see if I could slow down the RPMs by pressing against steel. I can't. That's a good thing. So, a great tool. I'm really impressed with the tool. It feels good in your hand, it weighs right, it's weighted right. So, overall, a pretty good deal. So this is Vloxo model 5012. And I'll include a link to the manual in the description. They do provide an online manual, which is good because a lot of people don't hang on to those when they first buy the tool. So highly recommend this tool. It's going to be a great addition to your toolkit. You get a lot of use out of it. Okay, so if you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.